Imagine swallowing a pill so diluted that statistically, it might not contain even a single molecule of the original active substance. Now imagine that this pill is not only meant to heal you, but is also a subject of heated debates among scientists and medical professionals worldwide. Homeopathy is a controversial topic in the scientific and medical communities. It is based on two main principles, cures-like, the notion that a substance causing symptoms in healthy people can be used to treat similar symptoms in sick people when given in very diluted doses, and law of minimum dose, the belief that the lower the dose of the medication, the greater its effectiveness, often involving substances diluted to the point where no molecules of the original substance remain. Rooted in practices that date back over 2 centuries, it presents a stark contrast to conventional medicine through its unique approach to treatment, one that involves highly diluted substances aimed at triggering the body's natural healing mechanisms. The core allure of homeopathy lies in its promise of no side effects due to its dilutions, making it a preferred alternative for those wary of conventional medicine's often harsh chemical concoctions. Yet this same dilution factor leads many scientists to label it as scientifically implausible. Despite significant criticism, homeopathy enjoys a vast global following, with millions claiming positive results. This dichotomy sets the stage for an in-depth exploration of its principles, efficacy, and the scientific scrutiny it faces. The journey of homeopathy began with a German physician, Samuel Hahnemann, in the late 18th century. Disenchanted with the harsh medical practices of his time, which often did more harm than good, Hahnemann sought a gentler, more effective form of treatment. His disillusionment culminated in the birth of homeopathy after a series of experiments he conducted around 1796, leading to the formulation of its foundational principles. Hahnemann's doctrine quickly gained traction, evolving through the years amidst both acclaim and controversy. As it spread across Europe and to the Americas, it morphed with the influences of various practitioners, each adding layers to its practice but always keeping the original doctrines at its core. The history of homeopathy is not just a chronicle of a medical practice, but also a reflection of the societal and scientific temperaments of the times it traversed. A tale of resilience and adaptation in the face of modern medical advancements and skepticism. Homeopathy is built on 3 foundational principles: the law of similars, the law of minimum dose, and the concept of the vital force. The law of similars, or cures-like, posits that a disease can be cured by a substance that produces similar symptoms in healthy individuals. This concept was derived from Hahnemann's observation that cinchona bark, which was used to treat malaria due to its quinine content, could also cause symptoms similar to malaria when taken in high doses by healthy individuals. The law of minimum dose advocates for the use of the lowest possible dose of medication to alleviate symptoms. In practice, this means extensive dilutions, sometimes to the point where no molecules of the original substance remain in the solution, leading to the controversial practice of succussion, or vigorous shaking, believed to transfer the properties of the substance to the water or alcohol it is diluted in. The third principle, the vital force, is a somewhat mystical belief that diseases arise from a disturbance in the body's vital force, and that restoring its balance is key to curing the disease. This concept, while not scientifically tangible, is crucial to understanding the holistic approach homeopathy takes towards healing. Homeopathic remedies are made through a meticulous process of dilution and succussion. Starting with a substance known to cause symptoms similar to the disease being treated, the substance is diluted repeatedly, often to the point where no molecules of the original substance are likely to remain. Between each dilution, the solution is succussed, a process believed to enhance the healing properties of the solution. Potency, which refers to the degree of dilution and succussion a remedy has undergone, is a critical factor in homeopathy. It is believed that higher potencies, which are more dilute, are more effective. This concept is counterintuitive from a pharmacological standpoint and represents one of the major points of contention between homeopathy and conventional medicine. The remedies can originate from various substances, including plants, minerals, and even animals. The initial form of these substances can be anything from a raw herb to a complex chemical compound, which is then subjected to the homeopathic process of dilution and succussion to produce the final remedy. The mechanisms by which homeopathic remedies are proposed to work remain a major area of contention and mystery. One prevalent theory among homeopathy proponents is the concept of water memory, which suggests that water has the ability to retain a memory of substances that have been dissolved in it even after repeated dilutions to the point where no molecules of the original substance are likely to be present. Critics argue that this theory contradicts principles of chemistry and physics as understood today. The debate intensified following publications like that of Jacques Benveniste in 1988, which claimed to demonstrate water memory, but whose results could not be reliably replicated in subsequent studies. The lack of a clear, scientifically accepted mechanism for homeopathy's effects fuels ongoing debates and skepticism about its legitimacy as a medical practice. This absence of understanding is often contrasted with the mechanisms of action in conventional medicine, which are generally well understood and documented through scientific research. Despite the controversies, some scientists continue to explore quantum physics and other areas to find plausible explanations for how homeopathic dilutions might act. However, these theories remain speculative without consistent empirical support. Examining clinical evidence is crucial in understanding the efficacy of homeopathic treatments. Various studies, including randomized controlled trials and systematic reviews, have been conducted to assess the effectiveness of homeopathy. However, the results have often been mixed, with many studies showing results not much better than a placebo. A significant challenge in researching homeopathy is its highly individualized nature, where treatments are tailored to the specific symptoms and conditions of each patient, making standardization difficult. Additionally, the placebo effect plays a substantial role, as the therapeutic ritual of taking medicine itself often contributes to a patient's perception of improvement. Systematic reviews and meta-analyses have also faced criticism for their methodology and the quality of studies included. For instance, a comprehensive review by the Cochrane database highlighted the low quality of available evidence, indicating a need for more rigorous and well-designed studies to definitively ascertain homeopathy's clinical efficacy. The ongoing challenges in methodology highlight a broader issue in homeopathic research, balancing the need for rigorous scientific examination while accommodating the personalized approach of homeopathic treatment. The regulation of homeopathy varies significantly around the world, reflecting differing views on its effectiveness and place within the broader healthcare system. In some countries, like India, homeopathy is integrated into the national health system and practiced alongside conventional medicine. In others, such as the United States and parts of Europe, it remains a form of complementary or alternative medicine, with varying degrees of regulation. From a public health perspective, the inclusion of homeopathy can be controversial. Advocates argue that homeopathy can reduce healthcare costs and provide a safe alternative to more invasive treatments. Critics, however, worry about the implications of endorsing treatments without robust scientific backing, which they fear might undermine public trust in the health system and potentially delay access to more effective medical treatments. The role of homeopathy in integrated medicine also continues to be a subject of debate, with ongoing discussions about its potential to complement conventional treatments, particularly in areas where traditional medicine may not offer satisfactory solutions. Homeopathy faces significant criticism, particularly from the scientific and medical communities. The core of the criticism is its reliance on principles that are not supported by modern science, such as the extreme dilutions and the memory of water. Critics argue that these principles defy the laws of chemistry and physics, and that any observed effects from homeopathic treatments are the results of the placebo effect. The placebo effect, where patients experience real improvements in their symptoms despite using a non-active treatment, is a well-documented phenomenon and plays a central role in the criticisms against homeopathy. This effect underscores the importance of double-blind, placebo-controlled trials in assessing the efficacy of medical treatments. Ethical concerns also arise with the practice and promotion of homeopathy. Critics contend that selling remedies with no proven efficacy can mislead consumers, especially when these remedies are marketed for serious conditions, potentially diverting patients from receiving scientifically validated treatments. Despite the criticisms, homeopathy maintains a significant following, with practitioners and patients advocating for its benefits based on their personal experiences and observations, thus continuing the contentious debate around its place in medicine. The future of homeopathic research looks toward not only addressing the criticisms and improving the methodological quality of studies, but also exploring new scientific frontiers. Emerging areas of interest include the application of nanotechnology to understand the properties of highly diluted substances and the use of more sophisticated models to study the biological effects of homeopathic treatments. Innovative approaches also suggest the potential for integrating technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning to better analyze the outcomes of homeopathic treatments and tailor them to individual patient profiles, thereby enhancing the personalization of care which homeopathy emphasizes. One of the key areas for future investigation is the development of more robust clinical trial designs that are adapted to the unique challenges of testing homeopathic remedies. This includes ensuring adequate blinding and randomization, addressing the individualized nature of treatments, and selecting suitable outcome measures that reflect meaningful clinical improvements for patients. Biochemical and biophysical investigations into homeopathy aim to uncover any detectable physical changes in the solvent during the preparation of homeopathic solutions. Researchers have explored whether dynamic processes such as the generation of nanostructures or the formation of stable bubbles during succussion might play a role in the purported efficacy of these dilutions. Studies focusing on the interaction between homeopathic dilutions and biological systems at the molecular level are particularly intriguing. These studies attempt to identify whether there is any verifiable biochemical interaction occurring as a result of homeopathic treatment, which could potentially validate the clinical effects reported by patients and practitioners. Despite these efforts, conclusive scientific evidence remains elusive. The challenge lies in the detection and consistent reproduction of these effects, which are often at the threshold of current measurement capabilities. This area of research is critical, as demonstrating a consistent and replicable mechanism of action would significantly bolster the scientific credibility of homeopathy. The ongoing exploration of these biochemical and biophysical aspects represents a crucial frontier in homeopathic research. It bridges the gap between traditional homeopathic practices and modern scientific methodologies, offering a potential pathway to more accepted and understood application of homeopathy in medicine. Comparative studies in homeopathy offer insights by juxtaposing homeopathic treatments with conventional allopathic treatments for the same conditions. These studies are essential for evaluating efficacy rates and understanding how homeopathic remedies perform in diverse populations and various clinical scenarios. Statistical analysis plays a vital role in these studies, helping to identify patterns of effectiveness or lack thereof. Through rigorous comparison, researchers aim to ascertain whether homeopathic treatments provide a statistical advantage or if their effects are comparable to those of placebos or standard medical treatments. The outcomes of such comparative studies are crucial for informing patients, practitioners, and policymakers about the viability of incorporating homeopathic treatments into mainstream medical practice. They also serve to either validate the use of homeopathy in certain scenarios or highlight the need for caution and further investigation. Advanced research methodologies. The application of advanced research methodologies is pivotal in elevating the quality of studies in homeopathy. Designing double-blind, randomized, controlled trials specifically tailored for homeopathic remedies presents unique challenges, such as the individualization of treatments and the selection of appropriate control groups. Additionally, the use of animal models and in vitro systems offers an avenue to explore the effects of homeopathic treatments under controlled conditions, potentially isolating variables that are difficult to control in human trials. These methodologies enable a more detailed examination of the pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics of homeopathic remedies, providing insights into their biological activities and mechanisms of action. By integrating these advanced methodologies, researchers can achieve a higher standard of evidence, which is crucial for addressing the skeptics of homeopathy and for making informed decisions about its clinical and regulatory status. Pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. Understanding the pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics of homeopathic remedies involves examining how these substances are absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted in the human body. This area of study also investigates whether homeopathic remedies follow conventional dose-response relationships, which are a fundamental aspect of pharmacology. The unique nature of homeopathic dilutions, often beyond Avogadro's limit, poses significant challenges for standard pharmacological analysis. Researchers strive to detect any physiological changes that could be attributed to homeopathic treatments using sophisticated techniques and technologies. Investigating these aspects is essential for discerning the biological viability of homeopathic remedies and understanding their potential therapeutic impacts. These studies contribute to a more scientific basis for the mechanisms through which homeopathy might operate, addressing one of the major criticisms of its practice. Physics and homeopathy. The exploration of quantum physics as a potential explanation for the mechanisms of homeopathy represents an intersection between cutting-edge science and traditional homeopathic theories. Concepts such as quantum entanglement and coherence domains are explored to theorize how homeopathic remedies might retain the properties of the original substance despite extensive dilution. This area of research is highly speculative, but has garnered interest as it offers a possible scientific framework that could explain the controversial claims of homeopathy. Coherence domains, for instance, suggest that water can organize itself into structured groups of molecules that mimic the properties of substances they have come into contact with. While these theories are not widely accepted in the scientific community, they provide a fascinating glimpse into how physics could potentially bridge the gap between current scientific understanding and the principles of homeopathy. This ongoing exploration is crucial for bringing new perspectives and possibly new evidence to the debate over homeopathy's place in modern medicine. Conclusion. Homeopathy remains a deeply divisive topic within the medical and scientific communities. Its principles challenge the conventional understanding of medicine, making it a subject of skepticism and controversy. However, the widespread use of homeopathy by millions around the world suggests that it holds an appeal that cannot be ignored. The future of homeopathy depends heavily on the advancement of scientific research that can either substantiate or refute its claims. Whether through more rigorous clinical trials, biochemical investigations, or new theoretical frameworks, the ongoing research into homeopathy is essential. Only through such endeavors can we hope to fully understand the place of homeopathy in medicine, be it as a scientifically validated approach or as a historical footnote. This exploration not only broadens our understanding of homeopathy, but also enhances our insights into the complexities of human health and the ever-evolving landscape of medical science.